Welcome to another episode of Gibbs Delta TV. Are you ready?
Yep.
And this is what we're catching today. Woo!
Keep going, Kel.
You can see it yet? Kelly, you did it! Wow! Wow! Gorgeous! Welcome to another episode of Gibbs Delta TV. Today we are just outside Victoria, British Columbia on the Juan de Fuca Strait with Pro Staff Gord Gavin. We are going to be targeting halibut, and I brought along a very, very special guest, someone who's super close and dear to my heart, my sister Kelly.
Hello.
Now it is Kelly's first time fishing for halibut. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Are you scared?
We'll see. I've only gone trout fishing before, so.
How I got Kelly actually prepped for this trip was showing her previous videos of myself catching halibut. And did it look a little bit tough?
Yeah.
I no joke, I was not faking it to make it look like it was a really big fish. These fish are tough fighters, but they're not only tough fighters and fun to fish for, but they're excellent for eating. So hopefully we can get you one today, your very first halibut, and you're going to do it all by yourself, right?
Yeah.
She has to.
Yeah.
I'm not.
One as big as me, right?
Bigger.
Oh dear.
That's not that hard though, you're so short.
Well, I use all circle hooks, and the circle hooks, the halibut have to hit them. They have to hook themselves.
What, so they just hook themselves? Is it much easier?
They're a commercial style fishing hook,
Yeah.
and so when they hit, they take the hook in their mouth and they basically really bite hard down onto it. And then as they realize that there's a hook in their mouth, they try to spit it. And the hook is sharp enough that it catches some skin on the inside of the mouth, and when they open their mouth, the hook turns and catches them in the jaw. Very high percentage of the time.
Awesome. I love fish that can't get away. So when you're halibut fishing, Gord, what kind of conditions do you look for?
I usually try to set up on a faster tide. Like right now, it is ebbing, and you can see by the angle that our lines are going into the water that the tide is running pretty hard. So what I like to do is to set up on the ebb and set through the drop of the tide and then the swing to the flood. And I've had a lot of success in doing that. Very often the bite will come on as the tide starts to soften. Sometimes it'll be through the swing or as the flood tide starts to pick up, but the bite consistently happens on those tides.
So it's moving really fast though. Does that affect where the bait sits in the depth, for the depth wise?
You have to continue to put the baits down, the gear down on the bottom until they find a place where they're setting on the bottom, because the tide will only pull them out so far. Once they've found that spot, then basically they'll just sit there. You have to check it every now and then just to make sure it's there, but for the most part, that's the situation.
Oh, cool. Very neat. Now, I've been halibut fishing a couple times, once with you a couple years ago, but with my sister, she was asking, what does she look for when a fish is nibbling or if it's on? Do the rods, do they tap a little bit, or is it quite dramatic, the hits? I know it's really deep, so it obviously has to be a little bit slower time-wise, like it's a little bit delayed from the actual bite to when the rod senses it, right?
Yeah, it's not too much of a delay because the line that I use is very thin and it
Okay.
doesn't grab a lot of water, which allows us to fish in the faster tides as well. But when a fish does hit, when a halibut hits, you see the rod bend slowly down most of the time, and then they'll take it, they'll pull the rod down even further, and you'll normally see what I refer to as a head shake, and that will mean the rod will bounce quickly 2 or 3 times, and then at that point, quite often the fish will run.
Now that the tides have changed, we've actually had a lot of action going on, but nothing really committing. A few dog sharks that have been committing, but this rod, we thought it had something on, another fish besides a halibut. And then when I was reeling this one up, I could see this rod in the corner, the left corner, moving out of the corner of my eye. So we were watching it, we were watching the movement of the rod tip, and you could see that the fish was kind of, you know, taking some nibbles and let it go, take some nibbles, let it go. And the rod actually just fully went over. So the fish is committed, the fish is on, and Kelly is reeling up her very first halibut. Slowly, 1 foot, 2. You'll get it up closer and you'll see this massive brown mat. Keep going, Kel. Just think of all the meals you have. This is like the easiest grocery shop you'll ever have. You want to take guesses to how big it is?
I'd say 40,
How big?
somewhere around 40 probably,
40?
I'm thinking.
That will be bigger than my biggest. Mine's only in the mid-30s.
There he is, I see him. Yeah, I can see him down
There
here.
you go, Kelly. There he is. Nice work. Kelly, you did it.
Yay!
Wow. Wow. Gorgeous. We started the day using different setups on each of the rods, but this one here proved to be the money one. So what is the setup that you have in front of us here?
Well, basically you have a circle hook that's crimped onto a heavy line, about 180 pound test. You've got 4 glow beads and a small pink bead, or a larger pink bead, with a small purple haze hoochie and a curly tail in sequence. And basically those are all Gibbs Delta tackle products that they were good enough to sponsor me with.
Awesome. I noticed that you actually have the hoochie backwards. I've never seen that. It's
I-
folded over on itself.
I do it to create the effect over top of the beads. So it seems to work.
It definitely worked today. Awesome. Should I start reeling?
Yeah.
Is it even still there?
Yeah, he's on. You think he's on?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get by you with this rod. Hopefully he's down on the other side here. Take him slow.
What is,
Maybe.
oh, it's that.
If he's not well hooked, you don't want to pull that hook up.
Now
never
you're
know.
scaring me.
You never know, just slow and steady wins the race.
I don't want to act like it's really tough because I don't want it to be smaller than Kelly's and make Kelly look so strong compared to me. Right, Kel? Belle? It's gonna be a beast. You can see it yet?
It's hard to see through the splash here with the waves hitting the side of the boat.
Oh, I feel it.
Don't jerk them. As you get tired, you tend to pull faster and
So go slower?
yeah, just on your lift up, just lift slow, steady. Because that's the stage where they start balking.
Oh yeah. I think I see it.
Yeah.
Yay! All right, Kelly, so we are at the end of our day, our fishing trip. It was actually shorter than we anticipated. We aimed to be done by 12, but we actually got our limit of halibut before 10. Her fish, the largest of the trip, being almost 38 pounds, and her first halibut. So Kel, actually that hand's bloody, so there we go. Way to go, awesome. We just want to give a big thank you to Gord for taking us out. He did an excellent job guiding as per usual. And if you are interested in some of the products that you saw today, you can check out our website at www.gibbsdelta.com. And until next time, as always, good luck fishing.